Alright guys, RoKage here and welcome back to the brand new video. In today's video, Persona 5 The Phantom X will be the topic. For the people who don't know, this is the brand new global mobile/PC gacha game that will launch 26th of June, so pretty much in 15 days from the moment when I'm recording. I want to go through P5X news and info Twitter page. I will put this as credits in my description below and pinned comment, but pretty much you should watch this, you should know this before an actual global launch. I believe it will be extremely helpful. So I start. We're gonna learn a lot. I'm gonna learn a lot, and I believe it will be all of this information is super important to know. The purpose of this post is to properly explain how Persona 5 The Phantom X works for Persona fans or gacha gamers who aren't familiar with the game. Okay, what is Persona 5 The Phantom X? Okay, pretty much we already know about this. You can pause it and read it for yourself. What is P5X all about? The world of Persona 5X is an alternate universe to the mainline Persona 5 that takes place within the same timeline. But due to an event, it become a different world, okay? Is story good? Story is very good, as is directed by Nita, who helped with P5R and S story. Story enthusiastic can be assured that the quality of Persona 5X story and its storytelling is very good. Do you need to play Persona 5 before playing Persona 5X? No, you don't have to. What is the deal? I believe so, yeah. Persona 5X is its own separate thing, allowing people who haven't touched the Persona games to play it without much worries for the spoiler. What is the deal with Phantom Idols? Phantom Idols are cognitive beings that are created by Merop, this Game Velvet Room attendant, based on characters that Wander had met in the real world. They are not real Persona users and are a way of the game introducing new thieves without them overlapping with the main story, okay? So this is the Personas. Is Persona 5 a main game or a side game? I would say Persona 5X is a side game, as early on you will have a lot of stuff and content to do, but as you reach endgame, most of the said content is just gone or collecting dust, but nothing is wrong with playing it as a main game though. How long is a patch cycle? The average patch cycle for the game is 3 weeks. Not sure it will go into 3-week patches or 2-week patches once global drops, so take it with a grain of salt. I assure you, from my experience, I believe global will move faster. Okay, every 2 weeks we're gonna have the patch. I believe he's correct here. What is Persona 5X gameplay like? It is split in 2 parts: City Life, Metaverse. I already done the video on my channel where we did like 30 minutes gameplay, so already we learned a lot, but let's go through all of this. City Life. Social stats have 20 ranks instead of 10. Confidence, synergy have 20 ranks instead of 10. There are no arcana assigned to them. Number 3, instead of calendar system, you get yesterday, today, and tomorrow. You're also given action points, which you can spend on doing stuff such as part-time jobs, movies, reading, hanging out with confidence, and more. 5 action points are given daily at reset and can be replenished using energy drinks. Minigames and side quests are available without spending as action points. Metaverse, yeah, there's also a Metaverse option. Mementos is no longer randomly generated and has an exploration percentage for exploring each floor of Mementos. Palaces can be explored even after its collapse, with an exploration percentage for exploring the palace. Okay, so this is how it looks like. How easy is the daily and weeklies? It takes 5 to 7 minutes depending on what you need to do for that day. As for weeklies, it will be slightly longer due to weekly bosses rewards respamming. Most of the daily tasks provided by the game are simple to do, though some could find it a bit repetitive. Yeah, I agree. How is the combat? You can make a 4-man team featuring characters with up to 6 different roles and a slot dedicated to navigators. The combat of Persona 5X remains the same as Persona 5, with one more and all-out attack still being in the game, alongside some minor changes to make it suitable for mobile players. One new addition to the game is introduction of Highlight. Highlight is a character ultimate or special attack that can be activated once you get 100% Highlight energy. After using it, there is a 3-turn cooldown. Note there is a character that can grant Highlight via skill by passing the 3-turn cooldown. In addition, certain enemies has a knockdown shield that requires the player to deal weakness damage or land a critical hit to remove it. Unlike the mainland games, Persona 5X insectivates, I don't know how to say this, using appropriate teams to defeat content. So you can't cheesy every content in the game with 3 DPS and expect to win 90% of the time. Okay, this is pretty much the team composition, as you can see right here. What does each character class mean? So we have role superior, HSR equivalent, provides buffs to your teammates. Then we have elucidate, similar to navigators. They don't act in combat, but they can provide buffs to their teammates once preparation time has passed. We have defenders. They can take hits for the team and provide you with defensive buffs. We have rebels, single target damage dealers. We have dominate, who are AoE damage dealers. Submission, inflicting debuffs to the enemies. And then we have rescue. They focus on providing heals to the team. Okay. And here again you can see this different type of banners and everything else. We're gonna go now into those details. So how does Gacha work? Why we are now here all of a sudden? Okay. In Persona 5X, I already talked about this yesterday. You can obtain new characters via event contract, with their weapon being pulled via weapon supply, with 2 banner systems. So we have Faded Bond, which is 150, 1,500 gems for a single multi, whatever. 50-50, 80 max PD, 70 soft PD, starts 0.8 base rate. Weapon supply, again, 100 for a single, 1000 for a multi, 50-50 PD. You can choose 2 unlimited weapons to lose 70 max PD, 0.8% is the base rate. Now, there is also exclusive bond that I usually recommend to people that they summon, because here there is no 50-50 PD. It is 100% guaranteed PD. Okay, so when you reach the PD, you're getting that character, but here you have 110 PD. So yesterday I already explained this. So you have 2 type of banners, 80 PD, 110 PD. This is 50-50 PD, and this is 100%. You're getting guaranteed character. I'll always summon there, because here you don't rely on luck. A free random 5-star ticket at 165 pulls, Kaidial draft, 150 for single, 1500 for multi-user standard pools, 80 is max PD, 7 is soft PD, where it starts. So in soft PD, the percentage to get the SSR is much higher. The average PD for Faded Bond Kaido draft is around 74-75. The average PD for exclusive bond is between 83 and 97. And PD carries between the banners. I believe all of these informations are important, and that's why I wanted to go through this in detail, because we can together learn a lot here, even though by playing the game I already learned a lot. As you can see, so 74 to 75 average PD. When you're doing exclusive bond, it's between 83 and 97. So much more worth it to summon these banners, guys. So much more worth it. Okay, do I need to pull any character to experience their story? No, you don't need to, as their content will be available as soon as the character drops. You only pull for the sake of faves or adding them to your party. Can I experience everything in the game without interacting with the gacha system? Yes, you can experience almost everything the game has to offer. Without the system, however, you could find yourself struggling with certain content in the game due to a lack of characters. How many gems are required to guarantee yourself a character weapon of my choice? You would need 12,000 gems or 80 limited pulls to guarantee a character on the Fated Bond banner. In the event you don't get the rate up unit as your 5-star the first time, you would need 24,000 to guarantee it. Okay, that's that difference. The exclusive bond banner will require 110 pulls or 15,000 gems to guarantee one, but you're getting it for 100%. For the weapon supply, you would only need 7,000 gems for one 5-star weapon. In the event you don't get the rate up weapon as your 5-star, as your first 5-star, you would need 14,000 gems. Okay, yeah. If you don't get from that first speedy the 5-star weapon you'll have to do another 7,000 gems. Okay. Logically, let's go back. Oh my god. Let me go down. Okay, yeah. What does the word awareness and reform mean? Awareness is the term used to describe an upgrade to a character to help improve their effectiveness or add new abilities within the existing kit. Awareness 0 is the core mechanic that ties into character kit. Each character has a total of 6 awarenesses, with second and third and the fourth and fifth awareness always being a level increase or highlight improvement to their overall skills. Players can unlock an awareness of a certain character by pulling the multiple copies. So this is pretty much awakening system. A reform is used to describe an upgrade to a weapon that increase weapon stats and effects. For every one weapon of the same name or rarity consumed, you can consume a weapon of a different name and the same rarity provided it ain't reformed. How important are the dupes? In most cases, all 5-star are completed at awareness 0 without the need for the dupes. Some 5-star potential can be locked at higher awareness such as A1, A2, but it's not a must. That's a nice thing to know. So you pull a character, you're pretty much ready to go. Why I'm so clumsy. Should I do 10x or 1x, multi or a single summon? I recommend to do a multi instead of 1x since it's more effective unless you're close to the PD. Is rerolling important? It's not a must, but depending on when you start and what units are available at that time, rerolling can be worth it. Is the game pay to win? Some people are saying in the comment section that it's heavily paid to win, someone is saying it's free to play, but I'll listen to this source. Is the game pay to win? No, not really. Persona 5X is considered to be relatively good as free-to-play gacha game. As long as you can manage your resources effectively, you can get the unit you want without any problem. Plus, prices in the game are pretty cheap for those who want to spend a bit. Now, take that cheapness with a grain of salt because we're talking about global. Global usually gets that pay to win treatment, let me say it like this. So I believe that prices could be higher. But again, I don't know. What is the gap between CN and English and what is the banner history? The gap is 1 year. If you want to see the banner history, you can view it here. Okay, guys, so here you can see. So the first banner will be Joker. This is the unit that we're gonna reroll for. Okay, then we're gonna get Bue, Marion, Fox, Rin, Queen, Phoebe, Chord, Closer, Moko, Bui, Mesa, Oracle, Cherish, Haru, Moko, Mont, Howler, Violet, Wind, Mesa, Rin, Howler, Matoi, Akechi, Turbo, Acne, Makoto. This is pretty much how it's gonna go. Now, Global might move faster, Global might change the schedule, like a lot of question marks. And now here you have for Honkai Star Rail, pretty much reference, reference between Persona 5X and Honkai Star Rail materials and everything else. So you can check it out for yourself. How is grinding in Persona 5X? Relatively simple. All characters and weapons in the game use the same material for accession, making less of a hassle to level them up. Gear grinding is a carbon copy of Horror's game grinding, with RNG and quality of life stuff being present there. The only downside to gears in this game is the introduction of universal cards, which is the main source of getting them, mainly obtained from guild battles or events. Even then, it's mostly RNG outside of rare selectors you get. Okay, we don't have a lot, yeah, but here is the really important thing, okay? Is tier list a must in this game? No. You can get pretty far without one, so don't worry too much about meta. But if you're curious about how 1.0 units were ranked in CN, 1.0 patch we expect for global launch. So check it here. Do note this tier list isn't meta. It's just to give you a quick glimpse. Okay, so here it is, guys. The tier list. You can check it out for yourself. And pretty much you can see who is S+, S-, A, and B for the actual global launch. We're gonna summon for Joker first for sure. I'm gonna reroll for him. This will be my strategy, and then we're gonna see from there. But as you can see, tier list is not a must, and you can do fine without it, even though I believe it's always nice to know what to do and what characters are the best, okay? I personally, here in the S+ tier, there is Anne, okay? I've been using her a lot on my account, and in my opinion, she's actually really amazing, and I was correct. So S+, double checking myself here as well. Also, Miu is really good. Joker, like I already said, I'll reroll for him. Lee right here is also extremely good. For the start, it will be extremely valuable unit. And Leo, okay, I believe these are the top 5 choices for sure, and the best. And then we have S- tier A and B. Again, I believe every unit has its own value in certain cases, okay, keep that in mind. So this is pretty much the global launch tier list that I will make furthermore in more detail as we get closer to the launch. Is there PvP and co-op? No. However, endgame content such as Seal of Soul and guild battles do have leaderboards that are server-based if you're interested in competing. But ultimately, it's just more of a flex than something important. What does the endgame content looks like? Endgame content is divided in 2 categories, major and minor. Major endgame modes, Seal of Souls. The objective of this mode is to deal enough damage to gain points using the season rules to your advantage to be ranked on the leaderboard. You're allowed to use 2 teams, one for each side. The higher your score, the more likely you are to stay or be promoted to a rank. Yeah, there are 8 ranks in total, but it's not a must to hit the max ranks, as after rank 6, the amount of ambers received at the end of each season is the same. Guild, the objective of the mod is similar to Seal of Souls, to deal enough damage to gain enough of points to get those rewards. There is leaderboards with the entire guild contribution counting towards the score, but there's no need for your guild mates to aim for the top. Astrolab, the objective of this mode is to defeat each stage node with different rules while also watching out for your character slots. The fewer slots they have, the less they can partake in battles, so team management is key for this game mode. What do events look like? They're divided in 3 categories: Crossfade, Seasonals, and Trials of Thorns, boss rushes. So Crossfade events are in this game collabs featuring a new story and stages from the respective collab franchises. Exploring the stages gives out rewards and shop currencies to use for the collab shop, which you can get full currencies, true currencies, and materials to level up units, among the other stuff. There's also a boss event in which you challenge the collab boss for rewards and shop currency. These events are permanently available and can be viewed at any time. However, both the shop and the boss event are impermanent and will go away after the event ends. Then we have seasonals. These events are available during a seasonal event update and focus on the seasonal units, featuring minigames and content to enjoy. These events are not permanent, they go away. And then we have Trials of Thorns. It is a limited time event. You battle bosses using modifiers that can make the battle go in the enemy's favor, but defending them at higher level with more modifiers can net you rewards. Technical question: do I have to save the game? No. Can I transfer my? No, you cannot transfer your progress from CN. What platforms? It will be playable on iOS, Android, Steam. Where is the console release of the game? We don't know the exact time. Can I do cross progression between servers, platforms? Yes, as long as the account is on the same game UID. And that's pretty much it. CA as well will release a little bit later. Is there a database for kit and builds? Oh, to kit and builds, they're right here. What patch will the game start on? We don't know, but probably 0.1.10 patch. Will there be a multilingual support? We don't know yet. Is there a controller support in this game, and you can use it via PC mobile, and from what I heard it's 50-50. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Can I play via emulator? Yes, it is possible to play it on an emulator. There is no official statement in regards to it or any ban cases from playing Persona 5X on an emulator. This is the end. The game drops 26th of June. Massive shout out to Persona 5X News and Info. What an incredible post, and will help every single player to know how the banners work. Is the game free to play friendly? About the endgame content, global launch tier list. All of this, again, it's not 100% because we're gonna see how the global will do things, but it's good to know everything for the start of the game. That's it, guys. Love ya. Thanks for all support, and bye.